So Halle Bailey has filed and was actually granted a restraining order against DDG, who is her child's father. Mm-hmm. She alleges that he has been physically, verbally, and emotionally and financially abusive. So for a background really quickly, they were together for it was like 2 years. They began dating in 2022. They broke up back in October, and she said the reason why they broke up was his temper. She alleges that he had a really bad temper and he couldn't control it. She filed these documents Tuesday in LA, and she says that things begin to get physical. She alleges things got physical with him in January. So she said that's when the breakup happened. She says that one time DDG came over to pick up their son Halo. She tried to start a conversation with him about child visitation schedule, because in the document she's saying that she's been trying to get a set schedule. They both are entertainers. They're both busy, but he wants to allegedly pop up, demand Halo whenever it's convenient for him. And sometimes it doesn't work for her, and then it creates issues. So she said that they were having a conversation about the schedule, and then things kind of went left. She said that as this conversation was happening, she was assisting in buckling Halo into his car seat. And then that's when she claims that DDG grew agitated and repeatedly said, "Get out of my car, B word." She says that she then, she began to get upset because the baby started to cry, and she got nervous about DDG leaving with him because the baby was in such an aggravated state. She didn't want him to leave with the baby. And then that's when they started wrestling, allegedly. And she says that during the wrestling, she alleges DDG pulled her hair, slammed her face on the steering wheel, and chipped her tooth. Now, she revealed to his family right away what had happened. And once they told her that they would take care of the baby, she left. She said she was hysterical. She had bruises all over her body and on her arms. Specifically on her arms were the ones that she took pictures of, and she included in the filing where she requested this restraining order, which she was then granted. And she also...
which she wasn't granted?
She was granted.
Okay.
And, she just talks about some of the things that she's been dealing with. She says that, he'll allege things that like she's not letting him see the kid, but then she added text messages in where she was talking to his mom, and she was trying to figure out how he could see the baby before they went away on the trip. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a conversation around if she was dating Brent Faiyaz or not, because people thought they were alleging that she was away on this trip with Brent Faiyaz with baby Halo.
No, never heard that in my life.
That was a thing. It was a thing online, and she says that because of that, DDG began to text her like articles and she actually has screenshots of text messages allegedly from DDG in this doc. Basically, he's like, "Yo, this is foul. Hey, you got Halo. Watch when I go on a trip. I'm gonna do my big one when I go on a trip." And she saying to him like, "You not tired of like harassing me, like leave me alone."
They weren't together.
They weren't together at this point. So she included all of this into the doc. She filed a police report. From there, the judge said, "Okay, I'm going to give you a restraining order." So
horrible. I know that was hard for Halle to do because DDG is a god on the internet, and those screamers, those chat folks, are going to harass the hell out of her.
It's already started, and
sure.
and she's mentioned that in her docs too, that she gets harassed anytime his fans get in a frenzy.
Yeah,
but it's already started. People are basically like saying that she's just doing this just to be doing it, like she's always messing with him. But she was granted a domestic violence restraining order, and according to the restraining order, DDG has to stay 100 yards away, and the judge gave her permission to take nearly the 18-month-old son Halo to Italy, where she'll be filming a movie for 2 months coming up.
And Halle got a lot of receipts, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I told you. She got text messages in this doc that she filed. She has photos. A judge is not going to grant a restraining order just off of like, oh my God, I think this is happening to me. You have to show what you're talking about, at least enough for a judge to say, okay, I want to keep you safe until we figure out. Right. You know what I mean? Like, or I don't want anything to happen. So let's separate y'all two, keep y'all away from each other, and let's look more into this. Let's investigate, figure out what's going on.
And she did what you should do in that situation, right? She went to the police.
Yeah.
Like she went to the courts. She was granted a restraining order. And I'm sure there's more to come in regards to the law. And that's what I'm saying. You can play on the internet in the court of public opinion, but in the real world, the court of law is what matters.